Go! I don't believe it. And you were...
I wanted to see overtime rules come into play. The new overtime rules. It didn't
You're
happen.
lame. Where are we?
We are in your basement.
We're in the Twilight Zone, buddy. That's where we are.
Yeah,
That's the only explanation.
It should be known that this is being recorded immediately following the Broncos-Steelers game.
Immediately. It happened 3 minutes ago.
Yes.
They're going to be talking about this one for...
Pretty much at least for the next week, maybe for
the next week. Years from now, they're going to be talking about this one as the first overtime game with the new rules.
The first overtime game, the new rules. It's been highly debated because it's different than the regular season rules about both teams getting the ball if one gets a field goal first. The Broncos win the toss and kind of make that whole debate irrelevant in about 5 seconds. Marius Thomas, player of the game in my opinion.
The catch,
just
the stiff arm.
Fantastic catch, stiff arm, well-designed route. You saw the Steelers were pretty much stacked against the line expecting a run. And the Broncos coming out aggressive with that slant to the middle. Tim Tebow, not on just that throw, but also in the first half, made some big league throws. Much criticized of his passing.
Much criticized by the Bonch.
Yes.
One of his least favorite players.
Agreed.
It was the Broncos' day.
Yeah.
And it's not even that things went their way, because if you think about it, the Steelers had their opportunities. There was the backwards pass that should have been a fumble that the Broncos should have gotten. Champ Bailey, I think it was, who fell on it.
Right.
And they didn't get that because the whistle was blown.
Right.
And then there was also the Willis McGahee fumble, which resulted in a Steelers touchdown.
Yep.
And even that didn't matter in the end because the Broncos won anyway.
Champ Bailey dropped what would have been the game-clinching interception in the end zone.
I mean, you can say what you want to say about the season in general, but the Broncos were the better team out there today by far.
Absolutely.
They didn't get lucky. It wasn't just Tebow magic.
Yeah. It was a legitimate win against a 12-4 team.
Yep.
And Steelers fans, you got Tebowed.
Kudos to the Broncos.
Yeah. I tip my hat to Tim Tebow and the Broncos, at least for this week.
I think, are you getting ready to buy that Tim Tebow jersey
Not even close.
Let's quickly review the other games from the week.
Yeah.
The games that stunk.
What stands out to you from the other 3 games?
Nothing. If I recall at the end of last week's episode, I said, enjoy a week of mediocre football.
Right.
And I was right for the first 3 quarters of the games because they were not good.
So whoever made the rookie mistake was going to cost that team the game.
Yeah.
And that pick 6 at the end of the first half by J.J. Watt on Andy Dalton really changed the tempo of that game.
But it's funny because that wasn't even Andy Dalton's mistake, if you ask me. That was just J.J. Watt making an amazing play.
It was a pretty good play. The Giants even though they got off to a slow start, the second half just basically took over, pounded them into the ground, 24-2 final.
I mean, you have to blame Matt Ryan, but I also blame the play calling. Because
let's go to the Marion Barber Award winner for this week.
Yeah, let's go to that.
Mike Smith,
because the Falcons have a good passing attack.
Yes, they do.
Julio Jones, Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez, and what do? They come out and they run it twice.
Yes.
With Michael Turner.
First 2 plays of the game. It wasn't the last time they did it either. They did it several times in the game.
And if I recall, they went for it twice on 4th and 1.
4th and 1. Not just went for it twice on 4th and 1. Went for it with the same exact play. A QB sneak with Matt Ryan against a pretty good defensive.
Michael Turner not even in there.
Michael Turner wasn't even wasn't even in the game for one of these plays. I think it was the second one.
The second one.
And I mean, Matt Ryan's not Ben Roethlisberger. He's not a huge quarterback and just barrel through a line.
No.
I don't understand what Mike Smith is doing.
An awful game.
And those of you who watched Falcons Saints know it's not the first time he's made a mistake on 4th and 1.
That cost him the game.
That cost their team the game.
You know what I would do? I'd fire him. That's what I would do.
It's bold, but you could definitely make an argument. If you cannot force a team to punt once, you're probably not going to win the game.
Yeah.
0 punts
probably
for the New Orleans Saints. 0.
The thing that I want to bring about and talk about is the Saints running game because that's where they differed from the Lions.
I think the fact is overlooked that the Saints were 6th in the league in running.
6th?
6th.
Wow, I thought it was 8th or something.
6th. Wildcard teams, thanks for playing, but you're all gone. We're down to just the division winners. All home teams won this week.
Yep, it was easy to pick the helmets out of the box since you set them up.
I set up the helmets for all the division winners to be on top, and there you go.
Easy to set up.
8 divisions, 8 division winners,
teams.
8 playoff teams left.
They lost to the Rams.
Lose to the Rams?
Yeah.
The Saints on the road just are not the Saints at home.
No, they're not.
So the question is, and not looking like an unstoppable offense versus the immovable object that is the defense of the San Francisco 49ers, I know who you're picking.
I'm picking the Saints.
You're going with the Saints.
Easy pick for me.
Why is it so easy?
I don't think this game's going to be that close.
Really?
Because when it boils down to it, the Saints offense is just too good.
It's really good.
And the 49ers defense, sure, they're good, but they've had some letdown games this year.
A couple. Against the Giants, they get up like 20.
Yeah, I know. Who was it? The Seahawks or was it the Cardinals that they lost to?
The Cardinals they lost to. That was on the road.
And the Seahawks was close, wasn't it?
Seahawks was close. They lost to the Ravens in Baltimore. But
Again,
that was on the road.
Yeah, but bottom line, I just don't think they could stop Drew Brees. And the truth is that even if they hold the Saints, if they hold the Saints to 21, that would be a huge accomplishment in my mind. And I don't think with Alex Smith in the playoffs and that offense, that they could score 21 or score 24 to win.
Yeah.
I predict an Alex Smith mistake for a score.
That I could see.
Like a pick by Roman
If you
Harper
make that,
or something.
see, that's if you throw like a short drive after an interception of Alex Smith, they can get to 30.
I just think Drew Brees opens the drive with a touchdown, and then from there the game's just basically over.
Right.
Because you can't fall behind against the Saints. You have to keep up.
I agree
and that's
with
what
that.
the Lions learned, because when they were keeping up, when they were staying ahead, it was a game.
Absolutely.
Saints go ahead a tiny bit, game's over.
I think the Niners can keep it close. I don't know what to expect now, because we saw that the Broncos, against a good defense, can put up some points.
That's what I was going to say.
And now we have the worst defense in the league.
The Steelers, the number one defense in all of football.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots, the worst defense in all of football. So, now we've got a conundrum.
Well, it's not as conundrum as you would think, because once again, we saw this game earlier in the season. And while the Broncos were able to put up points, they could not stop Tom Brady. They could not stop Rob Gronkowski. They could not stop
The
Aaron
Broncos'
Hernandez.
defense is playing better than it's
Yes,
played
but they were
earlier in
playing
the year.
well. They were on their winning streak of playing well when they ran into the Patriots, and they got ran over.
I'm just not so sure this time.
I do think Tebow's going to have a good game because, again, one of us can have a good game against that
And the
Patriots
truth
defense.
is that, what is Tebow good at? He's good at heaving it up there.
Yes.
And
The
launching
accuracy
the ball.
is terrible, but the guy has a gun on his end of his arm.
You know what we talked about last week?
What would that
That
be?
the Steelers are going to crush the Broncos.
I
How
understand
did
that.
that work out?
I don't think this will be a blowout. I really don't. Because I don't think the Patriots defense is good enough to blow somebody out. The question is, how are the Broncos going to stop the Patriots? Because they didn't do it last time. It's about pressuring Tom Brady. We know that. Can they do it?
If today is any indication, yes.
Yeah, but the Patriots have a better O-line than the Steelers do.
Yeah, but still.
So
who do you take it?
I'm going to go Patriots 35-21. It is close until the end when the Patriots pull away in the fourth. Tebow time does not happen today.
I want to do it so bad.
If you do it, you dig your own grave, buddy.
I'll do it. I'll take the Broncos.
Oh, no.
I'll do it.
Where's the voice? I'm waiting for it. Come on.
Upset special!
There it is.
Just so that if it happens, I'll be really happy. And I can root for it. I actually don't think this game will be close.
Yeah, I mean, those who watched last week, we both picked the Ravens to make the Super Bowl.
We did.
So, making the argument for them to lose now.
The Texans beat the Bengals. Yay!
Good
Good
for you.
job. You won a playoff game. You know what? I still don't think you're that good. You're not good enough to beat the Ravens.
Well, they did not beat the Ravens with Matt Schaub earlier in the season in Baltimore.
And
That being said, they did not have Andre Johnson for that game.
that being said, I'd rather have Matt Schaub and no Andre Johnson than
T.J. Yates on the road against the Ravens defense.
And Andre Johnson doesn't look like himself. He still looks
He's still a little banged up.
Yeah.
We have the best team in the league, the Green Bay Packers, 15-1, against a team that they barely beat in the regular season, the New
Against
York
the team
Giants.
that always seems to turn it on come playoff time.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least they did 4 years ago and this year, nothing in between.
Nothing in between. It
Yeah.
always seems to do it one
Basically,
time.
the point
again.
is, this is a team that's done it before. They've been there before. They have a Super Bowl under their belt, Eli Manning and Tom Coughlin.
They do.
They have a pretty good performance against the Packers this year under their belt. They easily could have won that game.
They could have.
Now,
They didn't.
the problem is that was in the Meadowlands. That was at
It's in
MetLife
Meadowlands.
Stadium. This one's in Lambeau Field.
You know the other problem?
Aaron
Packers.
Rodgers.
Packers are a lot better than the Falcons. Let's face
Yeah.
it. They're a lot better.
The Falcons didn't exactly put up a good fight or a good scrimmage for the Giants' defense coming into the Packers.
His name is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And the Giants secondary,
I
not so
will-
good. You know who's good? Jordy Nelson. Greg Jennings will be back.
Greg Jennings is back.
Jermichael Finley. All these guys. Donald Driver. They have so many weapons. Thank you for watching the Jeff
And the Bonch.
The Jeff and the Antonio Cromartie Show. Flashback to his days on the Chargers. When he's missing Sean Green's tackles.
Yeah, when he only had 4 kids instead of 9.
Does he really have 9 kids, right?
9.
Something like that?
9
You
kids.
can't name them?
Nope.
How many kids do you have?
0.
I have 3 kids.
3, really. What are their names?
James, Eli, and Peyton.
Yeah, you need to make those up.
Thank you for watching. Have a good week, everybody. Enjoy.
See you for the Final 4 next week.
Bye-bye.
Conference championships.
Go Sports.
So long.
Do you know what a 49er is?
It's that guy with the pickaxe looking for gold.
Looking for gold in the year 1949. Thus,
1849.
1849.
1949 was a little bit late for that.
Whatever was going on then.